So I'm about to show you all what 1,250 hours worth of platinum trophy hunting looks like. So let's begin with the first game I've ever played on my PlayStation account, or at least on this PlayStation account, which is my main one at the moment. And that is unfortunately Mighty Number 9. This game. This game. It's a reason why I never went back to this because I believe the first trophy I got was probably around 2018, March 10th of 2018. It's been what, like 5 years since then, and it's a reason why I have not gone back to this game. Just because, I mean, yeah, it'll be possible to get like a few more trophies, but platinum in the game. I mean, it's still possible to platinum the game, apparently. I just don't think I want to do that because I mean, I believe like a few years back I did some research on it, and yeah, people was quite upset with this game just because how it turned out. Apparently, it was like a Kickstarter game back then. I think it raised like maybe $4 million. I could be wrong. And yeah, it was literally a spit in the face on the Mega Man franchise. Yeah, I'm never going back to this game. And keep in mind, I'm not going over every single game because there's well over 190 games, nearly 200 games in this list, and that would just take way too long. So the next game, of course, was a Far Cry 5. I beat the game, but I had it on disc back on my PS4, of course, and then I sold that like not too long after I beat it. I don't know why I sold it, but I just sold it for some reason. Then after that, I played the Crash Insane trilogy. Maybe I'll go back and platinum one of these games eventually. Deus Ex, Mafia, Lego, Marvel Superheroes 2, indie game, We Happy Few. Really don't remember that game too much. I think it was like an early access game that came to Xbox and PS4. And of course it was on PC, but it ran poorly back on PS4. That's why I never went back to it. So the first platinum on this list that I am honestly really proud of, to be honest, is God of War 2018. This took a few months, literally 4 months to be exact, and I believe I got the number of hours that it actually took to platinum this. That was 60 hours. Now, keep in mind, it actually didn't take 60 hours to get the plat because I played the game like 2 or 3 times just because I enjoyed it so much. But it probably took me around like 35, 40 hours, maybe a little under 40 hours to actually platinum the game. Really enjoyed this. I know one of the boss fights, I believe it was like one of the Valkyries. That was the last boss fight that I had to do. I hated that. I hated that fight. That was a pain. And we'll talk about God of War Ragnarok later on because it had a similar fight that was probably even harder than the final Valkyrie Queen fight in God of War 2018. So the next plat is one of my favorite PlayStation 4 games, Infamous Second Son. I really enjoyed this game, and I literally plat. Oh wait, actually no, I didn't. I mean, no, I did platinum the game, but I thought I platinum it in like 3 days. No, no. I got the first trophy around the same time. Probably I started playing God of War 2018, which was like mid-March or something like that. So it took around like a little over 5 months to plat this, but this is also another enjoyable game. Next up on the list is Marvel Spider-Man 2018. Of course, this is the PS4 version. You will see the PS5 version again later. I literally got every DLC trophy, new game plus. I enjoyed the game this much. Oh right, I forgot. Infamous Second Son took like 28 hours to play because I think I only played through it once. I played through it twice to get the alternative ending. So Marvel Spider-Man took 70. It didn't take 70 hours to plat, but that's just total game time because I played through the game, of course, more than once in order to get the new game plus trophies. Okay, so resuming, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Really enjoyed this game a bit more than what I was actually expecting. I'm not hating on the Tomb Raider franchise. Like, I really enjoyed the reboot. I think it was 2013 back on PlayStation 3. I really enjoyed that game. And then the second one I thought was pretty decent. Third, I thought was all right. I thought it was all right. We got Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4. I mean, the campaign for Black Ops 3, which I don't even think I have Black Ops 3 on this list. It sucked. It sucked. Anyway, let's keep moving. Like I said, I'm not going to go over every game because that's just going to take way too long. Got another Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Really didn't play that too much. I might actually go back to it. Really don't know when. Let's see. Borderlands 2, 52%. I know, like, with this, it's a ton of DLC content. And I think I nearly gotten all of the base game trophies, which I might eventually go back because it's not really that much left that I need to do. I don't know if I'm actually going 100% everything because I'll just take way too long. Let's see. Detroit Become Human. This I definitely want to plat. I'm nearly at the plat. Matter of fact, it's probably like what 5 trophies I'm actually missing with this. So I only probably need to play the game like one more time, and I got these trophies back in 2019. So it's definitely doable. I just haven't re-downloaded it. And by the same game studios, we have Heavy Rain, which of course I would need more trophies for, but not too much more. Let's keep going up because I think. Oh yeah, well actually let me get to this first. Far Cry New Dawn. I actually enjoyed this game because I played it co-op with a friend back in like February of 2019. This is another game that I was extremely close to platinuming. It's probably like what 7 trophies that I'm missing. Maybe I'll go back to that as well just so I can get it off the list because it's not much left. Yeah, like I said, it was a really good and enjoyable game. Unlike this monstrosity, Wolfenstein Youngblood, which I wish was not even on my list, but it just is. Yeah, let's keep going up. Cause I think between this time I took a break from platinum games, because of course I was in high school at the time, and I just didn't really have much time to actually platinum anything. But the next platinum that is on the list is Dragon Ball Kakarot for the PS4. This was around 55 hours. I've actually played the game once, and I think on like one of my older channels, I made a walkthrough of the game. And it was literally like one of the only walkthroughs of a game that I actually ever made. I think that was kind of enjoyable. This only took like maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks to actually fully plat. So that was definitely like at the time probably like the quickest plat that I've ever gotten on this account at the time. This was a pretty enjoyable RPG type game from, of course, Bandai Namco, and I believe, what is it, C2 or whatever. I think I took another break from platinum games at the time. Then this is when I platinumed my first Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2019. Yeah. Because, of course, I beat the campaign in like a couple days or whatever. Most of the hours of time that I actually got into this was multiplayer, and the total time was 206 hours. Of course, didn't take that long to actually platinum the game. But it was a huge gap in between like the first trophies, which was like in 2019, and then to May of 2020 was when I actually went back and got in the platinum. Just because like beating the campaign on veteran, it wasn't impossible, but it took some time. It definitely took some time to go through each of the levels. And this is the first game that I platinum that doesn't have 100% because they added like a add-on trophy pack, which is for Spec Ops. I didn't even bother going for this because one, it was literally just a bronze trophy. And then on top of that, the Spec Ops of Modern Warfare 2019 was dang near impossible to play solo. And then even if you did have another person to help you, it was still a pain. Because if you play with randoms, they would constantly go down, leave the game like you was playing a heist on GTA 5. I hated that, so I was just like, I'm not even gonna waste my time going for that one. So that's Modern Warfare 2019, and then next up is the Spyro trilogy, Spyro 1 to be exact. This took a couple months. Really easy fun platformer. I grew up playing Spyro games back on PS1 and stuff like that. So definitely a bit of nostalgia for me. In total, I guess it's like 36 hours for the Spyro trilogy because it didn't show the individual time for each game for some reason. So after Spyro 1, like I said, I took another break because I was busy with school stuff at the time. You see Modern Warfare 2 campaign remastered. This, I wouldn't mind getting the platinum for because I already got a decent amount of trophies, 20 trophies. Um, I think the reason why people get so put off from platinuming this game is, of course, veteran difficulty, and I believe this has the Mile High Club trophy. That one is a pain. It's either the Mile High Club trophy or yeah, I think it is the Mile High Club because I think Modern Warfare 1, the original, has the time trial where you got to go through the training course, which is another hard trophy. But who knows? Like I said, maybe I actually will go for this sometime in the future. This is another game that I wish was not on this list, and you'll see this again later on. But I'm actually proud to a certain extent that I've put in so much time that I cannot get back into this game. Moving on, Crash 4. I don't think I'll ever platinum that. Ghost of Tsushima PS4. Persona 5 Strikers. I got that on disc on PS4, like right on my shelf, right above my head. I definitely want to go back to this and hopefully plat it. And also have Persona 5 Royal, I believe, somewhere up here. But the next plat that I've gotten is Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PS4. This didn't. Okay, never mind. It actually did take a little bit of time to platinum. I thought it only took like a month or two, but that was for the PS5 port apparently. Yeah, this is a pretty easy plat as well. Of course, you see a lot of people with this plat as well as the Spider-Man 2018 plat. Then I platted both Batman and Telltale games. This only took like 9 hours a piece. 18 hours. You can literally just play through the game once and you can get the platinum. Like that's how easy it is. I know it took like 3 days because I think it was around like nighttime when I got like the first trophy, and I was busy with some other stuff at the time. Following that, we have what the heck else did I? Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn. This was I think last year that I played at this because it took like 54 hours. I had to play through the game twice, of course, to get the new game plus trophies, and I also got like the optional trophies and then the DLC trophies as well. Uh, yeah, this took a while to platinum because I played it first back in like 2018, so maybe a few months, a couple months after I played it like God of War, and yeah, I just platted this like literally at the beginning of last year, so January 31st. This took a while to platinum. The game was really enjoyable. Like it was some stuff about the game that I didn't really like much. The combat was a little stiff, and some of the animations was definitely outdated. But the game overall and the story was pretty phenomenal. Next up on the list, of course, I played Elden Ring. I'm close to platinum in that as well. Uh, so yeah, like literally once again, I think it was like a bit of a break, probably around like 5 or 6 months to the next platinum, which was Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, which is the PS5 port of the 2018 game. Once again, I literally went through the DLC trophies, New Game Plus, of course, and then they added remaster trophies, which was like a few different optional things as well. This only took like a couple weeks to actually no, I'll take that back. Right, I played this back in 2021. I forgot. Huh. Well, never mind then. It actually took a few months. I thought it took like a few weeks, but a couple weeks at least. But nah. Uh, let's see. Yeah, Miles Morales, of course. This only took um a couple days. I think it was around like 13 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 13 hours for the PS5 version. Once again, extremely easy. Demon Souls only got one trophy for this. Not sure if I'll go back to it. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Next we have the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm trilogy. I really enjoyed these games just because I'm a huge anime fan, especially of Naruto. Uh, I hated Storm 1 the most just because of, like, of course it's the oldest, it's outdated, but they had like a back in like the adventure mode or whatever. It was like a star system where you had to, like, you didn't really have to, but in order to progress through the campaign, you would have to like 3-star these little side quest mission battles and collect these scroll. It's not really good. I'm gonna be honest. Now, of course, the battles and everything was pretty decent, but the game is so just. I was surprised I actually got in this plat because back when I originally played it, I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna plat this," just because of how janky the controls are and everything. But somehow I actually managed to do this. Next up is Infamous First Light, which was the standalone DLC. Not really DLC, but like standalone short mini game of Second Son, and this took like what, 8 hours or 10 hours? I believe 8 hours to plat. This is a pretty fun game for sure. It really does not take long at all to plat. And then next up, we're back to the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm trilogy. This is 2. I remember playing 2 back on my relative's Xbox. That was interesting. Of course, obviously, I got like the first trophies back in March of 2020, and recently got the platinum back in late last year, which it was easier than 1, but it still took a lot of time because I think you literally had to play as each roster character like 30 times. That took a while. And I believe my total playtime in the Storm games combined is 123 hours, which is interesting. Next up, we have Modern Warfare 2. This is the latest Call of Duty in the Modern Warfare franchise. And this took way less time to platinum than Modern Warfare 2019. Probably took like a little over a week. All right, I'm sorry about that abrupt cut, but like, I made it through the campaign pretty quick. Of course, got all the trophies and everything. Played the game on veteran. But the reason why it took a little longer to actually get the plat for this game was because the last, what, like 5 or so, like 5 or 6, 7 trophies, you actually had to complete Spec Ops, which wasn't in the game yet, because with this, you was actually allowed to play the game, I believe, like a week early or so. So that's why. So I just had a friend help me out with the Spec Ops trophies. Then we have Storm 3, which was probably my least favorite. Well, besides Storm 1, I probably hate this game than it's just like a tier, basically. Like, if I had to rank the Storm games from least to best, of course 1 would be the worst, then 3, then I would probably say 4, then 2. I think 2 was my favorite, actually. So yeah, Storm 3, like Storm 2, I got the first trophies back in March of 2020, and then November of last year, I platted the game. This one took a little bit longer because I was actually stuck on one of the campaign missions. It was like the part where you had to fight like all the tail beasts. I think you was literally fighting like 2 of them at a time. That mission was the worst. Because you had to S rank it, or I think you had to like at least A rank that mission. Oh, no, you had to S rank the chapter or whatever, and you had to at least get like an A rank on that. I hated that mission the most. But I was so glad to actually get the platinum for it. So yeah, like I said, overall playtime was 123 hours. Next up on the list is Assassin's Creed 2, which was one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. With this, I probably have, I don't know what was my total playtime in it. Oh, 16 hours. 16 hours I actually played this game, and the collectibles of this game suck. If you know what I'm talking about, the feathers. I hate that. I did play Assassin's Creed Brotherhood for a little bit, not too long. I definitely want to go back to it. I think I still haven't installed on my console right now, so eventually I would have liked to finish this game as well. Then we have God of War Ragnarok, which, like I said, with God of War 2018, had a final boss fight which was, in my opinion, worse or even harder than the Valkyrie Queen of God of War 2018. I played this back literally like when it first came out. It took no time at all to platinum in this game. Like, it literally took like a week for me to plat this. So that was kind of a record I set for myself. This game was amazing. It was obviously better than God of War 2018 in my opinion. That last Valkyrie fight was the worst. Now, I don't know if they made the fight easier or whatever, because back when I played this, there was some noticeable bugs during the fight where the hit detection was all off. Like, some of the hits wouldn't even register and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that they fixed it since then to make it a little bit easier. But like I said, overall, God of War Ragnarok was a pretty good game. And next up, I returned back to the Spyro trilogy. This was Spyro's 2. And like I said, in total for the Spyro games, it was 36 hours. This one probably took more time than Spyro 1. Yeah, I just think it did. Because I think at the time, I didn't play Spyro 3 at all yet, which is probably the quickest plat that I've gotten in the Spyro trilogy. So then next up is Ghost of Tsushima, the PS5 port. And yeah, I really enjoyed this game. Got all the base trophies. Obviously, that's how I got the platinum. And I actually got all the DLC trophies. I didn't play New Game Plus. Or at least I didn't beat New Game Plus. I did play the multiplayer for it. It's pretty fun. I just didn't really feel like going for the rest of the trophies just because of how long it would have taken. And of course, you got the rival and mastery challenges for the multiplayer mode. I think in total this took around like 59 hours. Of course, this includes the multiplayer as well, so probably would have taken like 35 to 40 hours to actually platinum. Next up is Demon Slayer, the PS5 port. Platted this. This was interesting because I didn't even think I was going to get this plat because of a specific trophy. Two specific trophies, I believe. One was a mini game trophy where you had to like button mash to I believe place the T on top of I forgot her name. On top of her head or whatever. That was annoying. Also, I believe like it was the final boss fight, I believe, with Akaza. Akaza. I think I said his name right. It's been a while since I watched Demon Slayer. That was also a pain, trying to get an S rank on that. Because it was like, he just rushed you. Some attacks you couldn't even really do anything against, but you just had to time it correctly. Next up is another anime game, but this is more so like a visual novel. And honestly, I'm not really a visual novel type of person, but I do enjoy some of them. Like this, which is AI the Somnium Files. This took a little over a week to play. It's pretty fun and definitely, of course, it's a dialogue heavy game because it's a visual novel. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this game. All the different characters and the lore, definitely quite interesting. Okay, so the AI Somnium Files took what, 24, I believe? Yeah, 24 hours exactly to plat. Like I said, it was a really enjoyable game. I have the second one on here as well. I didn't really progress anywhere with it, so maybe I'll do that for a future video, maybe not. Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. This is the final game in the trilogy. This, I don't know how much time it took, because like I said, altogether it was like 36 hours. But I think this took the least amount of time, because, yeah, I started playing this back in November, and it took like, yeah, a week to platinum. So this is the fastest game in the trilogy that you can platinum, in my opinion. Next up is the Callisto Protocol, which was technically supposed to be like its own Dead Space, which, I mean, it makes sense because the original creator of the Dead Space games, I believe 1 and 2, he worked on Callisto Protocol. And I was actually looking forward to this game, but it wasn't really that great. It just wasn't. I played at this in 3 days. Just because I just wanted to hurry up and rush through the end. Just because, like, midway through, I just did not care about the story at all. Like, the game's atmosphere is phenomenal, and that's probably, like, literally the only good thing about the game that I can actually say. Like, other than that, I really didn't find much. I didn't really find anything else about this game enjoyable. Next up is Tide of Tasmanian Tiger. I grew up playing this game as well back on the PS2. And it took about a week to plat. It's pretty fun platformer game. If you like Spyro or even Crash or Sly, which we'll see on this list a little bit later, then I would definitely recommend getting this. Next up is Stray, which was a pretty fun indie game. Pretty fun indie game. It took a few months to plat just because I was off and on with it, and I was kind of busy at the time. I think like I wouldn't even really say it's like any hard trophies in it, but the hardest trophy in this is literally just speed running through the game in 2 hours, which is extremely easy because the game is not really long at all. Next up on the list is Sly 1. This was the first PlayStation 3 plat that I've received or went for. This only took a couple of days to go for, and it was really easy. Really fun game. And I believe the next one was Sly 2, which took a little bit longer, about a week. I did start playing 3, but I don't know if I played it on the wrong account because I believe I received a couple trophies from it, but it didn't pick up on here at all. So yeah, we going to Nord Gotham Knights. It's another game that I wish I didn't get. Next up is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I've got this literally on New Year's. Technically, like right before New Year's, December 31st, but on PlayStation profiles, it actually said that I got it on January 1st of this year, 2023. So this was technically like the first plat of this year, but the last plat of last year, which is kind of funny, but yeah. Pretty enjoyable game. Honestly, probably my favorite Ratchet and Clank. I don't know if people might have different opinions. I only played like one other Ratchet and Clank game on the PS3. I didn't really play it much. I didn't even play it on this account, so I really don't remember it that well. Let's see what else. I went for DBZ Kakarot. This is the PS5 port just because I really enjoyed the game. Didn't really take like a couple of weeks to plat. Of course, it took way less time. It took 27 hours compared to 55 back on the PS4. I got Borderlands 3 again. I'm definitely looking forward to going through the DLCs of this and platting the base game. Hogwarts Legacy, I'm still in the process of that, and the Holy Grail, or the Black Sheep, whatever you want to call it, of the list. Marvel's Avengers at the PS5 port. Whew, I was so glad to finally get this, and also disappointed just because of how much of a disappointment this game was. This took 44 hours. This game is a grind, bro. Like, I do not recommend going for this plat, but if you do, I would kind of recommend like doing it now than later, because I believe they will be shedding I don't know if they're shutting the servers down, but I know they're stopping support because the final update for this game just came out, like, I believe on March 31st, which literally gave you all the cosmetic and DLC items for free, which was cool. But this game had so much potential, and they flopped. They messed up. Uh, this game was just not. It was not good. It was not good. They did the Avengers dirty. They did them dirty on this, cause yeah. Oh god, I had nightmares and PTSD just playing through this game. Ratchet and Clank, the PS4 game. I liked it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as Rift Apart. Um, this took a while to platinum. Like, I recently just gotten this platinum like a little over 2 weeks ago, and I think I started playing this back in 2018. Yeah, March 10th of 2018. Like, that's how long it took. Cause I think I had to start over a couple times because my save data got corrupted. Some other stuff happened, and yeah, I'm glad I got the plat though, because I've been wanting to plat this for quite a while. So yeah. Next up is Astro's Playroom. This is a extremely easy plat. Like, I literally got the plat in what, like, oh wait. I'm trying I'm trying to remember, because I mean, I know I played it before, but I didn't know it was back in 2021. So November of 2021, probably around like the time I first got my PS5. Yeah, that makes sense actually. I recently got the plat for this, like literally a couple weeks back or whatever. Pretty fun little history of PlayStation and Sony games. Pretty fun interactive title compared to Xbox. Anyway, yeah, we got Tekken 7 next on the list. Pretty fun fighting game. I wanted to go for this because, of course, Tekken 8 is coming out. And, of course, I just kind of wanted to diversify my platinum trophies, which this game was pretty enjoyable as well. This is a really easy platinum to go for, to be honest, and probably one of the easiest fighting game platinums to actually go for compared to, like, Street Fighter 5 or even Dragon Ball Fighters. Of course, there's like a couple online trophies that you got to go for, like playing a ranked match, tournament, winning a player match online, stuff like that. So it's pretty solid. I do have Horizon Forbidden West on here. I'm planning on waiting for a video, making a video for this, because I'm literally probably not even an hour into the game yet. So there's that. And this brings us to the latest plat that I went for, which was Kenna Bridge of Spirits. This took 14 hours, which wasn't really bad. Of course, like the story trophies, obviously pretty straightforward, easy. Collectibles took a little bit longer. I had to use a map for like the last ones, but for the most part, I found all the collectibles by myself. And then the final trophy, beating the game on master difficulty, wasn't really too bad. It wasn't really too bad. I think that's honestly why a lot of people don't really see themselves going for this plat, is because of the master difficulty trophy, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them, because it's definitely a learning curve if you're new to these type of games. And that's where we are now. I know I have Diablo 2 on my list. I don't think I will ever go for that platinum just because of how long it actually takes. I believe PlayStation Profiles has it at like... I got my profile open right now. Let's see. 999 hours. No way. 21 playthroughs. 9 out of 10 difficulty. Yeah, it might stay at that 1%. But yeah, no, I'm playing a bit of GTA 5. I might actually plat this time around, because I've never platinum GTA before. I think right now I'm mainly going for like online trophies, knock those out first, and I'll probably make a video for like the story mode trophies. Yeah, so I got like a few left. But good news is, I believe for Red Dead Redemption 2, which is somewhere on this list, we already passed it, I did get all of the online trophies, so I don't have to worry about going back to those, which I actually enjoyed the online mode. Fortunately, Rockstar won't actually add anything significant to the mode, or even probably add a PS5 port to Red Dead Redemption 2. But that is all the time I have for this video. I hope you all have enjoyed, and if so, please don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe. I'm not exactly quite sure what the first platinum video I'm gonna make for this channel is going to be. It might be Horizon Forbidden West, because I do want to get through that and get the platinum as well. So that's all the time we have for this video. Peace out, everybody. See you all next time.